Hope this is going to work. Hello folks, how you doing? I hope everyone is okay. I've been banished to the bedroom, banished. I forgot that Strictly Come Dancing was on. So yeah, I was supposed to be sitting downstairs in my nice comfy chair, and I forgot Strictly was on. So yeah, family are watching that. How is everyone anyway? I hope you're okay. I don't know what the connection's like, so if someone could pop something in the chat just to see that it's working, that would be amazing. My allotment diary, how are you doing? I think there's a slight delay in the chat coming through, so just bear with me a second. Make sure people come in. While we wait, I'm going to have a beer. Not had this before. Buxton Brewery Ice Age India Pale Ale. 6.8%. There you go. You get that there. So Jim from California, hello again, how you doing? Is the signal okay, guys? Just put a thumbs up or say signal good or something in the chat if it is, because like I said, I'm upstairs. By the way, Strictly Come Dancing, if you're not from the UK, is Dancing with the Stars. I think it's over in America as that, so that's what I've been banished upstairs for, so my daughter can dance in the living room to that. To be honest, I watch it too with her, but I can't do a live down there while she's dancing around, can I? That smells really good, this does. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a wee bit fizzy. Who else is there? Yo from Liverpool. How you doing, mate? You alright? Oh, what's our injury situation like? Then again, I don't know. You might not be a Liverpool fan. I'm a Liverpool fan, but God, how many players Liverpool got injured at the moment? It's ridiculous. Cheers, man. Thank you. Yeah, the mustache. I tend to do one for Movember, but I'm late this year because I desperately need a haircut. There's barbers are shut and this, that, and the other, so I just grew a big full beard. Well, not a full beard, but I started to grow my beard again. So I just shave around it. I wasn't going to grow one from scratch, but you all know I grow beards and shave them and grow them back all the time. So doing it for November's no big thing, is it? Everton. There's always one toffee in every box, isn't there? So right, I know it's been a while since I did a live, but I thought I'd do one to get back into the routine, and I'm not quite sure how they're going to go. Hopefully I will pick a time that's better than Strictly. I was going to put it on later, but then I thought, I made that video this morning telling you all that the live was going to be on at 8 o'clock. And I thought, I can't then change it. And then some people come at 8, some people come at 9. But, you know, it is what it is. And we're here. And I'm sure a few people will drop in. And a few other people will drop out. And I don't think I'll get up to the heady amounts of hundreds of people in my chat. But it is what it is. And it's something to do, isn't it? I'll just show you this. This is the cherry vodka that from cherries from the front garden, from the allotment. As a, you know, I grow vegetables on the allotment and in my garden as well. So yeah, this is my own cherry vodka from my own cherries. I made a video showing you how to make it. This stuff is amazing. I gave a little bottle to one of my friends and she absolutely loves it. And I know it's going to tempt you all. It smells so good. Honestly, it's amazing. It's like my Christmas treat. Basically, you get cherries or fruit, sugar, vodka, leave it in a big demijohn or a bottle, and then sieve it off after it's sat there for about 3 months. Oh, love this stuff. Absolutely love it. Right. What have I missed in the chat? Simply Guardian, how you doing, man? You all right? How's things with you? How's life in general? What else have we got in the chat? Big T in the house. He's indeed Big T. Big Tony. I'd like a 10th of your subscribers, mate. You could just send some over. That would be amazing. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to start doing the lives again. I'm going to start doing more frequently. Mixed barbel fishing adventures. I'm going to start doing some more fishing. And just get back into a routine again. I suppose this year with lockdown and everything kind of threw me, because I had a lot of planned to get a camper van. That obviously fell flat on its face because I just didn't feel right crowdfunding a camper van in a time when people were being, told not to go to work. So that got knocked on the head. Then we had lockdown, so that stopped my little adventures of meeting up with people and other YouTubers and stuff to do gardening videos. I've got a list of videos that I want to make, but they're all involve other people and visiting places and all that stuff we haven't been able to do. And so I just kind of this year methodically just went through the allotment and did a little bit of fishing, but not much. Did a little bit of metal detecting, not much, simply because we weren't allowed to. So now slightly getting back into it, but everything's got to change a little bit because obviously we can't do metal detecting rallies anymore, and that was a big one for me because I always used to do a bit of filming at a rally. So what can I say? This is my concerted effort to try and get back into normality on YouTube, if that makes sense. So I hope it works. Anyway, sounds tasty. I like the carp and river fishing. Oh yeah, I'd like a carp out of the river actually. But yeah, my plan is to get back down to the river in the next couple of weeks because I really want to go after a perch. I would like a big perch this year. I keep saying it every winter and I never get one. Cheers, Tony, man. That's really nice. Thanks, pal. Yeah, so I mean, don't think there's many people in the chat. There's only the three of you, so I might as well just start off. Did anyone see that article in the Guardian the other day? I will try and post it in the link here. And then after the chat, I'll put it into the description at the bottom as well for anyone who watches this afterwards. But the Guardian did. No, sorry, it wasn't the Guardian. It was the Telegraph. I found about this on Twitter. Excuse me. I found about this on Twitter, and the Telegraph did this article about allotments, and they basically the headline was "Have men finally lost the plot? Why female-owned allotments are booming?" Excuse me, that beer is quite gassy. Very nice, but very gassy. And there was a bit of a Twitter uproar. I don't know if any of you are on Twitter. I'm on there. I think it's at Shrop Allotment, but grow your own life, you'll find me. And there was a bit of a Twitter out there because if you read that article, and they've even taken quotes from people like Sean James Cameron. I don't know what his channel's called now. He changes it so often. And look, I know he can be divisive at times, but I don't think. Well, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't say those quotes the way they've been laid out in the article. And you read through the article, and it's almost like every person they've interviewed, they've kind of tried to pitch men against women on allotments, and it's really random. It's almost like someone's got a bee in their bonnet at the Telegraph, maybe because there's too many women on their allotment, and they've gone, right, I'm going to have a moan about this. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to the Telegraph. But have a read of it. It's bizarre. It's like, I mean, little things they've said about the Instagram brigade, people more concerned about how their allotment looks and this, that, and the other. Now, you know my feelings about these sort of things. I think everyone should allot material in their own way. If you want a really nice, neat plot, have a really nice, neat plot. Me personally, I like to take, I don't know, when that cupboard there breaks, that will probably end up going down the allotment and being used for something. That's like my ethos. But if you want to go out and buy stuff, it's your allotment, do whatever you want to do. But the way they've tried to like pitch it as some kind of, them versus us on the allotment. It's just bizarre, and it's just very strange, and quite like to get your thoughts of it, because I've had issues on the allotment, but mine's nothing to do with men versus women or young versus old. Mine's to do with an absolute tit, just a nasty piece of work, which you could get in all walks of life. So I just wondered what you guys thought. You people with allotments and this and the other. What did you think of that article if you've read it? If not, read it and then pop it in the comments and say, what you thought, because it's just a bit strange, isn't it? Yeah, it was, Tony just said, papers and media will always do this and destroy the good we are all trying to do. And that's it. I think he's nailed on the head there, Tony. But yeah, it's just a bizarre one. I mean, allotment, apart from the odd idiot, and we all know we get idiots. Look at what's his face? Is it Joe Mills? Is it Mills? And all the rubbish he's had to put up with on his allotment. You're always going to get those idiots. The stuff I've had to deal with, there's other people who've had to deal with idiots if you've watched them on YouTube. And you're going to get those in all walks of life. But I honestly don't think there's some great allotment divide. I mean, you only have to go through YouTube. I mean, okay, there's not a great deal of you here now in the comments, but normally, you go through comments, you go through people with more subs than me. Most people are a massive community about getting on the allotment, how we can help each other out, how we can offer advice, this, that, and the other. So, a bit of a nothing story, really, isn't it? Anyway, I digress. If it goes off down the allotment, there's only one wielding sword winner. Yeah, I got to do a review on that. It's absolutely awesome, by the way. Anyone who's missed that, anyone who jumps in late, will know that. Who hasn't seen it, sorry. Well, I bought myself a Kurkai or a Kurai, the Gurkha machete. It sounds really brutal, doesn't it? Like I'm some kind of like apocalypse now kind of guy, but it's not. I basically have some raspberries and brambles and other stuff that I want to sort out at home and down the allotment. And the loppers and everything else I was using wasn't cutting it. So I looked online and everyone said, get a machete. So I bought myself this machete. It is a beast, but it's such a good tool. I weeded the front garden the other day and there were some really big, the roots on these brambles were like that. And I had a little axe, a little hatchet, and I hit, and it wasn't doing anything. It was just splitting nothing. The machete, straight through, brambles out. And then you just turn it on its head and you can dig with it. And it's an awesome bit of kit. Honestly, it's a perfect bit of kit. But you have to hide it when you take it to the allotment because you look like you're about to commit a terrorist act. So, great tool. Not great to be caught carrying around. You do what you want to do. Main thing, if it makes you happy, then keep doing it. It's very true, mate. Very true. Yeah, sorry, you do what you want to do. What you want to do is, I can't say that. What to do is the main thing. If it makes you happy, then keep doing it. I've had new glasses, and then I've had to go back to my old ones because I started getting high strain. So either that or it's the beer and the vodka. So, and I've already had a beer before I even come on. So yeah. Maybe I shouldn't read the chat today. We don't have allotment here in California, as far as I know. Yeah, no, I've actually got a video somewhere called, I'm sure if someone wants to find the link and post it. Nick's here. You're right, Nick, mate. How you doing? About where allotments come from. I won't bore you with all the gist, but they go back really far, actually, way back to Saxon times. And then they were really kicked off with the Victorians and then World War I period. Yeah, they're a really interesting history allotment because the whole idea was that you could have a space to provide food for your family way back, like I said, 1,000 years before the Normans, that kind of thing. But you could start an allotment. I think in the States you call them like community gardens, stuff like that, where buy a field, chop it up into 20 bits and rent out each little bit to people. That's basically an allotment. You could do it on anything. And the whole idea is that then becomes like you have your own little plot to do whatever you want on, but the whole field, the whole community as a whole takes care of the water, the fence, the maintenance, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a good way of getting a bit of land and splitting the work, really, splitting the cost. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, I was saying that I normally do it, but I was late this year. But it's getting there. It's getting there. It was a bit bigger a couple of years ago. I managed to get a real good curl to it. But like I said, I'm late. And I grew the beard out, so I kind of cheated. You are really supposed to, true Movember, you're supposed to clean shave. And then you're supposed to only shave where you don't want your moustache. You're not supposed to do what I did and grow it out and then shave it off. It's technically cheating. So that's why I haven't done any money raising. But if it makes a man go and get a finger up the bum and have their prostate checked or check the testicles in the shower, then yes. So what do they say? Grow a mo, save a bro. So I have to be honest, Tony, I haven't watched many of your videos this year. I haven't watched many of anyone's videos this year because I've been doing like my own stuff. But how have you still got the have you got like 3 plots or something like that? Or wasn't there talk of you buying a field or something? Or have I got you confused with somebody else? I love it when the chat has a little conversation on your own. Anyone who has evidence of Tony's moustache, please post photos on Instagram and tag me in them because that would be hilarious. It's quite nice, that is. It's very strong. Was it 6.5, 6.8? 6.8. Yeah, it's very strong, very bitter. I do like it. I'm probably going to be very drunk after I finish this. I've actually got another one to drink downstairs after this and my shot of vodka. Wow. That really has got an alcohol kick to it. I don't know if any of you guys, girls, whoever's here, I don't know if any of you are beer drinkers. Now, I like an IPA. And that is an IPA. Yeah, do that. It's India Pale Ale, if anyone doesn't know their beer. But to have almost a 7% IPA, wow, that's got a kick to it. I have an 856 in my backyard, brutally small, growing out 20. Oh, do you know what, mate? You'll be surprised just how much you can grow in your 8x6 foot back garden. And do you know what, right? Take my hat off to you and anyone who does this in small spaces. This is another thing that I want to kick off next year. I want some gardening help with this. So, and Tony, I need you to confirm that you'll commit to this for next year. I would like to start a movement where we get people with small gardens to grow more wildflowers in the spring and summertime, because if we can have these little pop-up elements of biodiversity in towns and cities throughout, well, say throughout the UK, throughout the world even, how much better for the environment will that be? But I've only got 3,000 subscribers. There's only so many people that, you know, I can get involved. So Tony, you can run with it. You can have all the advertising money from it. But do that with me next year. We'll get people to grow wildflowers, even if they're in pots by their front door, or, you know, even if they go out and do some guerrilla gardening and throw some poppy seeds, you know, on a verge next to the corner of their house, or this, that, and the other. I just think that would be an awesome thing to do, you know, especially after this year we've had a lockdown and I think people are coming more aware to how important having nice surroundings are. You know, it's something we could possibly do. So, or am I just waffling? But yeah, but no, anyone with a small garden who's growing things in it, I have a load of respect for, because it's not easy. But the fact that you're just getting your fingers dirty in soil and doing it and creating places where ants and woodlice and all those little critters can have homes, and it's those little critters and the flies and everything else that, believe it or not, help with the biodiversity of everything else. Because if you can encourage them into your little concrete jungle, next thing you know, you get the birds and you get butterflies and you get bees and wasps and everything else come in, because they all come in to feast on whatever the woodlice and ants are feasting on. And before you know it, you'll have sparrowhawks and blue tits and swallows and everything else, you know, in your tiny back garden in the middle of a town. I mean, I'm lit. If I open the window now, you can hear the motorway going through Telford from my house. I have sparrowhawks, I have hedgehogs, I have yellow finches, blue tits, coal tits, dunnocks, obviously robins, pigeons, all that kind of thing. I've got stag beetles, I've had yellow horn beetles, loads of hawk moths, all in my little tiny garden. And I'd really like to do something like that. I think it's really important, but I need your guys' help. Oh, cheers, Tony. I just realised I waffled for ages. No, thanks for that link, Tony. I'll have a look at that later, mate. Cheers. Pardon me. 36, you can't even grow a beard. To be honest, mate, I couldn't either till I was about 24, 25, and then all of a sudden, it just happened. It just happened. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. If I go quiet, that's the only reason. It's so much easier to look on my laptop than it is, obviously, to get on my phone. No way, there was a guy that counted 176 different species of animal in his 8x6 patio garden. CW, you'll have to do that. Because by the sounds of it, you're well on the way with your growing. Next spring, summer, you'll have to do a little animal audit. See what you can find. That would be really cool, man. And if you take photos, video them or whatever, ping them over to me or start your own channel or something like that. And that would be a really interesting experiment. See what you can find. Because I imagine most tiny gardens like that, I bet when you had it, it was either just concrete or just grass, and there's not much else. So other than like a pigeon, you know, and the occasional slug, there was probably not a lot there. You have to shave twice a day. Is that for work? Is it? Sorry, Tony, I don't know what you do for a living. But when I was a student, I used to have to shave because I worked at McDonald's, and in the end I stopped because I get really sore skin. It's one of the reasons I only shave probably, I don't know. Do you know what? I probably shave 4 times, 5 times a year, and the rest of the time I just use clippers, go over my beard and keep it to like 2-3 mil. Because if I clean shave like I have done now, and if I do it 2 or 3 days in a row, it absolutely hurts. And I'm lucky I've got decent skin. I've never really suffered too bad with spots and stuff, but I can't shave just all the time. Oh no, it makes me sore. Proper man's conversation, this, isn't it? We've got beer, facial hair. Adam Green. Is that the Adam Green? Did I used to work with you, Adam? You're a firefighter without beards. That's a really cool job. I doff thy cap to you, Mr. Firefighter Man. Didn't know that. That's God, that must be really interesting and very sad at times. But I couldn't do it. No, and I imagine burnt beard is not what you want, is it? Going around all day smelling your own beard on fire. So it's probably a good call. Hey, it is. I used to work with Adam. Adam is a very, very funny man. I mean that in a good way, not in Joe Pesci in Goodfellas way. No, yeah. Funny you should pop in, Adam, because and people on the channel won't even know this about me, so this is a bit personal. But I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy. Always wanted to do it. I spoke to Adam about it when we worked together. I remember because Adam does stand-up comedy stuff, and I said to him I'd always want to do it, and he'd said to me, "Ah, oh, you should do it." And I was like, I can't do it. I've never done open mic, never done anything like that. I love talking to people, hands down. I'm quite happy doing big presentations in front of people, famous people, royal family. Don't care, not bothered. But I just get nervous at the idea of telling my jokes in front of people. Anyway, last night, and this is really spooky that Adam should come in. Last night, I wrote a stand-up comedy like skit, whatever you want to call it, which is probably about 20 minutes long, and I'm debating whether I should film it for YouTube and put it up. It's a bit blue. It's definitely an 18. There's some really risky jokes in there. If you don't like Frankie Boyle, you probably won't like it. But yeah, I wrote that. I've been writing it for a few weeks. Something I wanted to do, and I thought to myself, right, I might do this. You think I should do it? I should do a vote. Comment below if you want me to do this stand-up comedy routine and post it on my YouTube channel. I will do it. I'm not saying it'll be any time. I've got to pluck up the courage to do it, but it's something I've always wanted to do. I had thought about going down the pub down the road and doing an open mic night at some point, but then COVID happened, so that scuppered that idea up. But yeah, it's see, I've had a couple of beers now, so I'm up for it. But tomorrow morning when I wake up, I ain't going to be up for this as much. But no, it's spooky that Adam comes in here. Anyway, glad you're here, Adam. Me and Adam used to work together at I won't say the name of the company, but yeah, most people will be using it on their Christmas dinners in the next few weeks. Hang on, I'm just going to catch up with the chat. Watch manager, Stratford Times. It's the same rank as the guy in charge of grandfather. Oh shit me. That's like, so not only are you a firefighter, you are, chief cook and bottle washer firefighter. That's what do you do, Ross? I used to draw for a living. I sometimes occasionally cut things out, stuck things down, and did a bit of colouring in. What did you do, Tony? Save lives. Oh, by the way, I'm also in charge of lots of other people that save lives. Yeah, no, puts my career choice into perspective. No, it's really cool, mate. Firefighters, policemen, most policemen, I find some of them to be pains in the bum. My cousin's a policewoman. She's not a policeman, officer. That's it. My cousin's a police officer. I give her loads of stick, but no, doctors, nurses, firefighters, soldiers, they're like up there for me, do it on the lockdown zone. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? That's part of you goes, yeah, it's amazing. They could, it might go viral, and then next thing you know, they ask me to appear on the BBC and this that, kind of stuff, and then you go, it might go viral, and they might ask me to appear on the BBC and stuff. So no, yeah, maybe one day I'll do it. I'll seriously consider it. I'll think about it. Yeah, mate, if there's anyone in gardening that can do YouTube full time, mate, it's you. And I'm not just saying that to sucky brown nose, so you put me on your channel one day and give me a load of subs. Wink, wink. It's your videos are good, mate. They're edited well. They're straight to the point. There's no dicking around. There's no politics and my opinion and this, that, and the other. It's fact. You're the guy who can do it. You remind me of the American guy who's got like 1 million subscribers. What's he called? You'll know him. Anyway, you remind me of him. If you can do it, then if anyone can do it, sorry, you can do it, mate. I would quite like YouTube for me to be a way of having a bit of a passive income. I've got a few ideas of things I want to do. I need to be more creative. As I've said, I used to work in the creative field, as Adam will know. I was a damn good graphic designer, and that's I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I was a damn good graphic designer, and I had some great ideas at every company I work for, and only 50% of them ever got taken up, because the other 50% people just bottled it and went for the status quo. And it was, so I've decided I'm 36. Well, I think it was Van Gogh didn't start painting until he was 29, 28, and he became a grandmaster. So I'm 36. So I've no plans to be a grandmaster, but I want to do more creative stuff. I just want to do something to like. I really enjoyed college. I really enjoyed uni. I really enjoyed being my own person, doing my own thing. I didn't have, the man leaning over me telling me about, economics and finance and everything else. It was always a case of do what makes you happy, do creative stuff, blah, 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 blah. And so I would like my YouTube to be a way that maybe I can make a few quid, and then that few quid I can use to do some creative things that I want to do. So maybe I can do a bit more painting, and when people I think, oh, why don't you just go and paint? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. Why don't you just go and paint? But paint's bloody expensive. And I know I've got an allotment and this, that, and the other, and some guys might look in and think, well, oh, he must be, doing really well. We're all right. We're not starving, but I can't go out every week and just, spunk 50 quid up the wall on art supplies and stuff like that. I can't always go out and go, oh, I want to spend £100 down the allotment. Whoa, rein that in a second, Roscoe. Got a bill to pay. So I would like the YouTube just to be a way of topping that income up. So when I see something I want to do, like the other day, I saw some t-shirts I wanted to get printed. I didn't want to do an online printing thing, like where you buy it and it gets shipped to you. I wanted actual have like 50 t-shirts printed as like one-offs, never to be made again, actual have them in my hand and post them to people. But that was going to cost like 400 quid. And yeah, obviously I'd make some money back on that. But having that 400 quid, I haven't got it to spend. But if YouTube can top that income up and give me that 400 quid, so I can then go and do something creative and then sell those into the world and this, that, and the other, and then use that money to go further onto another project, that's what I want it to be. Was that really rambling? It felt like it was rambling. That felt like it was too many of these 6.8 IPA ramblings. So I'm just going to catch up with the chat again because I was just seeing it all. Kev from Epic Gardening. That's the fella. That's the one. He's very good too. He's really good. He's Tony good. I need to learn about shorts, Tony. I'll have to drop you an email. I need to pick your brain about something. That's those little Instagram type videos they do, isn't it? No, yeah, I've seen that because I saw someone who just got their allotment 3 weeks ago, and they put a video up called "Starting an Allotment," and they had 19,000 views within 2 days of putting it up. 19,000 views. Now my beginner's guide to allotmenting video, which has been up for 3 years, and which is like my #1 video, it's got like 20,000 views in 4 years. And this starting allotment one has got like 19,000. Yeah, mental. With that, Tash, you could be the next Bob Ross. Love it. Oh, I love it. As long as I'm not Rolf Harris. If you're American, Google him, but not on a works PC. Naked allotmenting. No one would pay to see me. And to be fair, anyone who would want to pay to see me, I'd seriously question their sanity, and I refuse to take money from the mentally insane. Ah, Laura, Green Raven, it is, isn't it? Yeah, Green Raven is Laura. You should all know by now, if ever I get names mixed up, it's my dyslexic brain. I get my family's names mixed up. So please don't be offended. Oh. Yes, you did do a... Yes, I saw that. Do you know that popped up on my feed when I was like in McDonald's or something, and I only watched like half of it. Yes. Yeah, I saw that. So what you're saying is, Tony, is I can be on your video and on Kev's because you two are like that. It's amazing. Oh dear. Check out my shorts channel. Right, I will do. Cheers, Tony. God, sorry, trying to catch up with everyone. See, because you know, I'm a small YouTuber. When I used to comment on small YouTuber channels, I used to hate it when they missed my comments, so I always try and get as many as I can in. No way. His second short, no way, that's amazing. God, so if you're not interested in YouTube, I'm really sorry about this. Curtis Carr. All right, bud, how you doing, man? No, family good, mate, thank you. Yeah, how are you? How's everything your end? If you've still got my details, drop me a message, or I'll find you on Facebook, because we'll have to go to texting again. There's a niche group for anything. I could have my own OnlyFans page, couldn't I? That'd be amazing. I tell you what, if I could get £100 a month taking my clothes off and selling it to smutty, dirty, horrible men in, like, I don't know, Antarctica, penguins, whatever, I'd so do it, because, you know, with that money you could buy some counselling. It's fine. I had to take care of a chicken issue. Oh, right. Sorry, but the fact that you put chicken issue sent my brain into overdrive. This is either you had to dispatch a chicken because one's been poorly, or you've had like something go on, like, I don't know, the fox has got in to the chicken house, or you've had an escaped chicken and it's took you like a whole day to find because it's been hiding around your garden all day. Go on, which is it? See if I can guess any of them. See if we guessed any of them even. Sorry, that's reading and thinking at the same time. Struggle with that. Apollo Horus Frankel, I think that's how you say it. How you doing? Hope you're good. To be honest, mate, I'm not on Facebook either, because I think it's a horrible place. I am still on the forum. Yeah, I am. If not, mate, send me a message on here or on Twitter or something. We sort something out. It's finally turning chilly, is it? Ah, dispatching a bully rooster, Mr. Cockerel. I've got a I got a joke about a cockerel, but I don't know if I can say it on a live. It goes something like this. So, a farmer has got an old cockerel, and the cockerel's not doing his business anymore. So he goes to the farmer's market and he gets himself a young cockerel, and he brings the young cockerel back home and he puts him in the hen house with all the hens and the old cockerel. And the old cockerel basically says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Well, he's got me in here." He says, "Because I'm the young guy." He says, "And I'm going to service all these ladies." He said, "And you're out of here." He goes, "By Sunday, you'll be in a pot." And the old cockerel says, "We'll see about that." He says, "How about," he says, "we'll have a race." He says, "round the farmyard." He said, "And whoever wins stays with the hens. Whoever loses hops over the fence," he goes, "and goes on their merry way into the woods, never to return." I've just got to be careful because I think my daughter's come upstairs to go to the toilet and I don't want to hear the rest of this joke. No, it's fine. So they go outside old cockle and the young cockle. And the young cockle goes, I can beat you around this farm. I had no time whatsoever. And the old cockle said, well, and that's the case. And he goes, you won't mind if I have a bit of a head start, will you? And the young cockerel goes, no. He goes, I'll still beat you. So off the old cockerel goes, and he has a little run round the farmyard. And the young cockerel starts to run after him. And before you know it, the back door comes open, and there's two bangs. Poof, poof. And the farmer turns to his wife and goes, bloody hell, I've only gone and bought another gay cockerel. So we are. Do you metal detect too, do you, Tony? I didn't know that. Or did I know that and I've forgotten that as well? Right, folks, I think I'm caught up with the chat, and we've been going for a... God, how long have we been going for? My clock stopped. We've been going for a while anyway. 42 minutes. So, is there any more questions? I can't even remember what we talked about now, to be fair. I'm just glad I didn't have that second beer. I'm glad you put laugh out loud there on Tony, because obviously with the delay and telling jokes in an empty room, you're never quite sure how funny they actually are. Yeah, take care, Curtis, mate. No. No, it did. He didn't shoot both. No. Yeah. I could see where you'd think that, but it was just about giving the one cockerel both barrels. Da-da. Why is the sun yellow? Go on. That's no way. No, I didn't know you metal detected. Did you? I presume you found loads of stuff. If you had 8 permissions, then yeah, I imagine you knew what you were doing. Because I know sometimes you say to people, they go, yeah, I'm metal detecting. You go, where'd you go? And they're like, yeah, when we were kids, we went on the beach once. You're like, oh, nice. Okay. Right, folks. I'm trying to think if I've covered everything I said I was going to talk about. I think so. Anyway, it's been a nice introduction to getting back into the routine of lives again, I suppose. And at least if I start doing them regularly, hopefully build up a bit of an audience. And then any questions that anyone's got, they can always fire them over. And if I don't get to the answer this time, I can find the answer and get back to you the following week, which will be quite nice. Especially with the whole lockdown situation at the moment. No one's really going to the pub, are they? So, you know, maybe it'll help a few people out, even if it's a chat for 20 minutes, watching a guy with a dodgy mustache drink beer and talk about allotments. It's cool finding stuff in it. It is really cool. I mean, I found my first hammered this year. Oh, it felt really good finding a hammered coin. No, I just want to go downstairs now and stroke it in its little pouch. My precious. Oh, yeah, same around here actually. Yeah, there's a Roman camp. Well, I'm literally Watling Street there, so there's a Roman camp just down the road. Can't go anywhere near it, but yeah, loads of Roman history. I've got a Roman pencil. I have a Roman stylus, 2,000-year-old Roman pencil. Thought it was quite fitting when I found that because I'm obviously a graphic designer. So yeah, I've got one of them. What time is he on? Is he on now, is he? To be honest, I'm not really too fussed about clashing with people because, you know, people who want to see me will see me. People who don't want to see me won't see me. I think everyone, and people can dip in and out, isn't it? You know, there's a BBC One, an ITV, a Sky News. You know, there's all these different channels. So I'm not too fussed either way. People don't watch, they don't watch. He has them all. He's an antique deer. Yeah. This where he tells you they're not worth anything, but I'll take it and look after it for you. Right, folks. I've been doing this for 45 minutes now, and I've got a dead buttock. My beer's running low. It's now empty. And I'm thinking about calling it a day. But no, to everyone who's dropped in, I think there's 15 of you watching now. There's been something like 25 of you popped in. Thank you so much, because I know it's been a weird year and I haven't done lives as much like I used to. So let's get back into it, shall we? And I will try and do one at least once a week. And do a decent one, I think. Do one in an evening on a weekend. I'll think of a time. I'll do a bit of research. But obviously I can't do it at the moment because I can't clash with Strictly. Hence, I don't really want to do the rest of these lives in my bedroom. So otherwise, one of the days I'll just get so lazy. I'll be in bed with holding the phone up, going, "Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go to sleep in a bit." Yeah, I'll think about it. It's probably to be fair, I can see it being like a Sunday, but I'll figure something out anyway. Right, folks, I'm whittling on. Dojo, how you doing, man? How are you doing? You're stuffing yourself, stupid pot. Yeah, so no, I'm glad you're okay. I'm just signing off, mate. So but obviously you're one of my originals, so I've got to say hello to you. Anyway, folks, so yeah, I will do more lives. I'll look at have a nice Sunday. I will have a nice Sunday, thank you. I'll look at doing it at a time that doesn't clash with Strictly, and maybe a Sunday. I don't know, but maybe a time I can have a beer. Right, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bid you all adieu. Cheers. Watch my video on how to make your own cherry vodka. Because this stuff is amazing. And until next time, folks, take care and speak soon. See you guys.